Heaven to earth. What's up, everybody? I'm happy to be here to bring you information of my last missions. Okay? Update 1. The first mission I ever did that really got traction of the mission going to the moon and to the moon of Ganymede. One of the biggest moons that we have in our solar system that is going around Jupiter is bigger than Mercury. And we have ETs in this moment. We have other soldiers that are working in that area of our solar system as we talk right now. Okay. I first contacted Michael Sala November 23rd, 2021 about this mission that I had. Okay. And a lot of people ask me, what was the craft that we got on when we went to the moon? So there's two different crafts. When you go outer, like towards the gas giants, there's a different ship that you ride on. But inner, like Mars in our solar system, not crossing the asteroid belt, we fly in these saucer-like ships or the TR-3B looking ships, and also hexagon type of ships and teardrop types of ships that we have flying around. So going to the moon, we got on this TR-3B looking ship, and a lot of people ask me, why did he go to the moon? You know, I was working on a lot of different types of filtration systems that are still classified as I talk with you right now, that they use in space. Okay, and you can transport these systems to planets, to moons, and they can convert a lot of things into water. They can find the water and convert it into water. So I was chosen to go into this mission. Okay, and I remember everything that happened in this mission. When I came back, they usually put people through a type of, how can I call it? It's called a FR room, a forget room. let's put it that way, a forget room. It's this room that they put you in after you do the mission, right? After you do the mission, they put you in this room. This room is like a square, and it has metal balls in each corner. So they put you in the middle, and you have to go through this room after you do every mission. And it bombards you with a frequency that makes you dizzy. Yes, it makes you dizzy. Some people even throw up after going through this room. And after you go through this room, you forget of what you've done or any missions that you have done. But the people that are more prone to remember are the people that are more language based with music or something. And after a couple of hours, I started remembering everything, and they noticed that I started remembering all these missions that I was going to. Okay, when we went to the moon, it was a group of us, of soldiers. It was so fast. So I remember me telling you guys that going from this area, Eglin, to Puerto Rico is like 8 to 9 minutes. So that's 7,000 miles per hour. We were going way faster than that on this mission. And when we approach the moon, okay, when you approach the moon and you start getting close, you get a ship that approaches you first. It looks like an orb, like it goes up and it slows down and it goes around the ship. It goes around the ship and it goes really fast and it flashes and then it comes out and then it goes back to the moon. So I think it's like a type of drone or a type of ship that the moon occupants have. I remember a person that used to communicate with me. His name was Lovint. And he used to fly in this egg-shaped ship. And I'm talking about this, like, what, 2017, 2018, that I was communicating with this person named Lovent. And he looked Indian looking. The only difference is that right here has like a straight type of, it's like a straight skin that goes here, and it makes the nose like straight. Like they look different, but they look Indian. He told me that they used to live on Earth, but they moved to the moon. So let me share you a clip of my communication with him when I used to talk to him. Okay, look at this video.
We used to sit down and talk and looking at the moon, and he used to tell me that,
Hey, I want you to know that every time you look at the moon, I want you to understand that I got a family of friends up there, that I got people up there that would wish to be me and come to her.
So we started talking about life, and he was telling me also that never miss the opportunity if somebody picks you up in the spacecraft. Never miss the opportunity. And he was telling me how much he loved Earth with the diversity of different people and cultures. And he was like,
Wow, I just wish you guys can see how culture inside the moon.
he was telling me that the moon has a crater, right? That has a hole that the ships enter, and they come out and they come in, but they have like a security structure there. So whoever's out there is protecting the security of that hole that goes into the interior of the moon and goes to this particular city where he's from. And it's really exciting what he was telling me about his friends and family, and not missing the opportunity to when
Extraterrestrial ET approaches you with a ship.
So these
Keep
people,
that.
they live in the moon, and the places that they live is inside certain craters that you could see if you get a telescope. You could see the area where they live, and it's always by the dark side of the moon. Okay, meaning dark side that we don't see, because sometimes the sun is hitting that side too. So inside these craters, there's a Goldilocks zone. Okay, and this crater is made round, right? But inside the creases of the crater, there's volcanic tubes, and these tubes are huge. And this is where we get into Project Horizon, that they kept going in 1959 March. They kept going to the moon and building these bases, but these people were there before, so they had to do like a treaty with these people, and something happened in between these people, because somewhere else around the moon, you got the beings, the ETs, that look like gray, and they're really territorial. They'll kick you out from that area really fast. And you got these also plasmoids, or these other things that live on the moon in the interior part. But you got these Indians people that have 100,000 people living there. 100,000. Okay, it's not that much, but they live there. And they've been living there for thousands of years in the moon. And they got a joint operation with the militaries that are connected to Earth. Okay? And from the moon, they go farther out into our solar system, investigating other moons and communicating with other ETs and all that. Okay? So Lovent used to always tell me that they come to Earth to visit Earth and to study Earth to see when they are coming back. So they also send their people out from our solar system to other star systems with their technology, with their Vimana or type of ships that they have. So when I went to the moon, I remember entering into the volcanic tube, and it was built ancient. It looked really ancient, but it was built like futuristic. Okay, smoothed out, and it's like a copper substance that envelopes the whole structure, right? And you can feel like the vibration of the moon when you enter, and it's like the temperature goes down into 54 degrees or 60 degrees into these volcanic moon structures that they have built, and it goes more into the moon. I never thought that this would happen to me when we came back from that mission. Okay, I will do a part 2 video of this update, because we got update 1 and then update 2 when we visited the moon Ganymede. So when we came back from the moon, they lined up all the soldiers and they put them in this FR room, the forget room, whatever you want to call it. Like I said before, they tried to forget, and the reason I was walking to the defect in 7th Special Forces Group, and another soldier put his hand on my shoulder. He says, "You remember, don't you?" I'm like, "Remember what?" And he looked at me straight in my eyes and said, "You remember what we did?" I remember as well. So I'm like, "Okay, so what we're gonna do?" He says, "You know your part." So he already knew what was going down with the guy that was giving me the green light to talk about this. So I told him, say, "Yeah, I got the permission to talk about this, but I had the helmet in that time. So nobody recognized me. Nobody knew who I was. And when we go through these missions, they put people through these types of rooms that make you forget because of the frequency that bombards your brain and the brain waves, and you come out with a headache. Some people come out throwing up. It sucks. It really sucks going through that experience. And it's not in 7th Group that we come back. We come back on the base, Eglin Air Force Base, on a separate location, separate landing that I think I shared in one of the videos with Dr. Michael Sala. It's an open place, and then you have white vans or black vans picking you up, taking you straight to this location. Remember, you're in shock mode. You came back from a place that nobody goes. You know, this includes when you go into these inner earth missions, interacting with these other people. This includes when you go into the ocean and interact with these other ETs that live there. When you start seeing massive structures inside the ocean that are arcs and is ancient, they bring you back to this room. I've been to this room more than 50 or 60 times that I remember, and still I haven't been forgetful. Sometimes I wake up and I don't remember nothing. Like, there's days that I wake up in my room and I don't know where I'm at. So it does take a toll on the soldiers. It does. You wake up and you just forget where you're at, who's around you. And for those soldiers that remember all these missions later on in life, they're probably going to be forgetful. Okay, so don't mind me if I get forgetful. I still remember, and I that's why also we're registering all these videos, all this information on YouTube, and you guys can download it and save it and all that. And I'm also giving information in Patreon, and I put it there for everybody, can learn how to summon these ships, because that's one way that I did summon Lovint, the Indian type guy with this egg-shaped ship. And then when I heard this pilot talking about the egg, I think his name was Barber, he was talking about the egg-shaped ship and he was feeling sad. So these people, they come from the moon, and they got a base inside our oceans and also in Antarctica, connected with the Nordics. They're connected with the Nordics as well, and some types of people that look like the Greys, okay, but they have hair. Once you enter the moon, right? Yeah, you're pulling security, but when the ship lands, you have a security force that gets to you, and they give you, inside the ship, they give you the helmet and the breathing apparatus just to go to one location to another location. After you enter the tube location, it has oxygen, it has water, it has places to stay, it has a defect, how they go to the bathroom. They have plumbing, they have bathrooms there. They got a circulatory system of water that goes around the same area, and it keeps replenishing itself with the filtration system that's connected to all these. And I can share this picture right here. That's Project Horizon. This is an idea of also what Dr. Sala was saying, that it's also under Green Mountain. So it's the same company. You got the same company that worked. Other than that, yeah, they give you your clothes, they give you your stuff, and everything that you have there, you leave it back there. Okay, these helmets have technology. These breathing apparatus have technology that is not connected to Earth yet. There's other countries involved. This is what I also want to talk about. There's other countries involved in these missions. It's not just the United States of America. You got Russia, you got China, you got Japan, you got other countries that are involved in these lunar missions, okay, that we pick up or they pick them up, and everybody's up there working, okay? It's like a joint operation for humanity, okay? And, you know, you go to certain places on the moon that they have facilities that are bigger, and they have technology that in the future is going to be beneficial for humanity, like the med beds. Right now, out of nowhere, Japan just released a med bed technology that you get in there in 30 minutes, and you can look it up, and it's there, okay? That information is there. So a lot of things are coming down. Something that I want to get clear also, going into these missions, and I'll get more into this when I get into the moon Ganymede. All right, Ganymede. I have to learn how to pronounce that moon. All right, so don't mind me now. This, when we go over there, we go always in types of armadas, okay? Types of armadas. And we also bring, satellites that is similar to Starlink, and they put them around these moons, they put them around these other planets to have a better communication. So I know that we were transporting these satellites already in 2021. Okay, so I did a recent webinar. If you guys haven't had a chance to see this webinar, it's on exopolitics.org that they talk about Green Mountain, and I talk about going into this facility that I saw the picture of Elon Musk and Zuckerberg picture on the walls before entering the facility, and I'm sure that they're involved of bringing these technologies to these other planets and these other moons that are around our solar system. They're really involved, I'm sure. It involves communication, it involves transportation. Also, I saw a massive ship that had writing, Sumerian language writing, but I also had in the same ship it said X on it. So I'm sure it has to do with these people that are working on Earth with these separate agencies or separate businesses. Okay, this was, I know this information was all over the place, but this was update 1. Okay, and this will come out sooner or later of soldiers going to these missions. Okay, Akuria Mate. Stay tuned for update 2 of the moon Ganymede or Ganymede. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for everything, for the support. Akuria Mate. JP out.